right ahead.
I do have some questions left to ask. Before that, could the three of you introduce yourselves? I'd like to see if there's a pattern to how the killer chose their targets.
I'll go first. My name's Zoe. I used to be a soldier in the Defense Force, but now I'm just working a regular desk job at a private company. Don't let that fool you, though. I've earned my stripes.
I just don't like bringing up my past in the Defense Force. It's not like I'm trying to hide it. They're just memories from my time there that I'd rather forget. I was part of Obsidian Division's Knock Squad. That's the absolute truth.
I was also in the Obsidian Division, Impura Squad. I don't know who those who died in the Hollow were, but it seems the killer really is targeting members of the Defense Force.
They seem to not like this Obsidian Division.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, during the fall of the old capital, didn't our three squads work together on a mission outside Hollow?
Oh my
City?
god. I don't know why I just immediately thought of Call of Duty Ghosts. We got fucking Rourke. He's back. He wants revenge. Let me guess, you guys left your companion behind. They were close to death, so you just left them behind. But they survived, and now they want to kill all of you.
Alliance true identity might be the very person I've been looking for. And if not, they most certainly have some vital information. Since leaving the military, I've spent years searching for my missing teammates. They were more than just comrades who trusted me with their lives. To me, someone raised as an orphan. They were family. I've scoured countless hollows and every corner of New Eridu to find them. But I've never found a single lead. Until I met you and heard that melody on the harmonica. It's called...
I need more than a conversation. Fix to hear this situation. A million times for a big dissection. Dig it, drill it, smash it, hands get dirty. Shove it, it rains again, my lord. This is once but a day, it turns out so best thing. This will be a better place for us to live. Sister, brother, breaking my heart. Believe the hammer, break the trigger. We don't need a leader, all the ones is not. We are all together, much more stronger. We will rock, we're mega stone. From block to bone, I bet you know. Working hard, all day long. We are all together, you will be alone. Come on.
Hello everybody and welcome back to ZENLESS Zone Zero, where we are in update 1.7 now, which 1.7 update comes with a lot of things. And the lot of things that come out of 1.7 is of course new characters and all the usual quality of life things, but also 1.7 comes with some things that are sad on the English side. We have voices that were changed. And the voices that were now changed have been Koeda. She sounds different.
Hey, don't look down on me!
Koeda has a different voice actress.
I only handle technical matters. You want to test? Let's start the experiment.
Grace has a different voice actress.
Head-made Rena, at your service. 1, 2, yes, all accounted for.
And now Rena has a different voice actress. What are we, Nekomata?
Did you call me?
She's the only one who still has her original voice. She's the only standard 5-star that still has her original voice. All of the other original 5-star characters on the standard banner have all had their voices changed. There's not much of a difference between the new voices for Koeda, Grace, and Rena, in my opinion. The only one who's very easy to tell is different is Soldier 11.
Waiting.
Like, she's pretty different. But, yeah, with those voices now changed, that means that all of the voice acting that wasn't in the game previously is now finally in the game. So now, I no longer have an excuse to not be progressing the main story. So, my plan is to finish the Trigger story quest, and then do all the hangouts that we have available, and then finish the story quest that we left behind because there was no voice acting. And then we can finally change that previously and coming up section too. And a couple of other things. Anyway, let's go finish Trigger Story Quest. We're going to be playing a lot of Zenless. Like, we're literally going to keep playing the game until we catch up through all the recent Story Quest updates and pretty much have the game done and ready for next update. And for right now, I have a 4 or 5 day grace period of just Zenless until Withering Waves comes out with its next update, which luckily is not a story update and it's just an event update. So, anyway, let's go. Let's finish Trigger Story Quest. Or not finish it, because we apparently have 2 more levels?
I've got your back.
Let me standing number 0. This is the path I follow.
I guess I should have taken Soldier 11, shouldn't I? But she doesn't have any gear on her, so like...
Looks like there's something here. Is this a communicator?
Proxy, look at this. A communicator left right at the Hollow's entrance.
Why is there a communicator here? It doesn't look like it was randomly left behind.
There's hardly any dust on its surface, which means it was only placed here recently. It looks like someone wants us to use it.
Ah, such decisiveness. Following random location info without even thinking twice. I'm glad, Sniper of Liar Squad.
Who are you? And by Sniper of Liar Squad, are you referring to Charon?
Sniper. Or should I say Charon now? Haven't you shared your past with our dear Proxy? If introductions aren't your strong suit, I'd be happy to show you how. You can call me Grim Vulture, the one behind this string of murders. You see, I've been working my way down a list, crossing off names. And now, Charon of Liar Squad, your name is next.
Looks like you've done your homework on me. Just because my presence interfered with your plan, you've decided to take me out for good?
I thought you were just going to be another obstacle in my way. And now, with you in my sights, this must be some kind of destiny.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm looking for someone. Given that you're waiting at the Hollow entrance they shared, I'm guessing you have them. If you hand them over, perhaps we can make a deal.
Charon suddenly dodges to the side, raising her gun and fires, using her body to shield Eos. In the next instant, a bullet flies past her and hits the ground. Her shot flew off into the distance, and there's only one thing that's for certain. It didn't hit Grim Vulture.
So your version of making a deal is stalling for time to locate me and lining up your shot? Can't say I'm surprised. After all, that's exactly what I plan to do too. You seem to have rather unique eyes, but you'll never get the chance to hit me. After all, no one's better at counter-sniping than me.
Seems talking won't resolve this, but I'm not averse to using force.
Now that's the spirit! If you're looking for someone, why not search the Hollow for clues? Providing you can survive both my attacks and those of the Ethereals, of course. Oh, and I've prepared a little gift for all your trouble. I hope you still have that determined look on your face after seeing it.
Watch out for Grim Vulture taking shots from afar.
Okay.
Is there nothing we can do?
I still have like muscle memory from Uncharted, where when I see a red laser, I want to press like circle to dodge. Of course, the muscle memory also works into whatever my dodge button is.
Something feels off about it.
Probably a bomb. Oh, okay. A rather creepy box. It's giving off an unsettling stench. I have a bad feeling that opening it will be asking for trouble. You glance at Caroline beside you, who has fallen silent. Clearly, she's having the same feeling. Right now, she's hesitating about whether to open this box. Caroline, wait. Don't open it. Caroline opens the box anyway. A blood-stained, tattered military cap, carelessly crumpled and stuffed in the corner of the box. Though the owner's identity remains unknown, the message it conveys can only mean one thing. Death. Don't touch what's in the box. Caroline reaches out and picks up the military cap from the box, her fingers tracing its shape. Her lips tremble. I'm okay, Proxy. If my sense of touch isn't deceiving me, this appears to be the outfit my former teammate wore, or a replica of it. So, this is the surprise Grim Vulture mentioned. I see now. Let's keep moving, Proxy. Caroline goes silent. As she chambers another round, you can sense her hands trembling slightly, while her grip grows even stronger.
You still remember what's inside the box, right? Your loyal teammate's cap, the one Styx always wore. Curious as to how he died? I'll tell you. He took his own life. Now it wasn't much different from being owned by ethereals.
You missed.
My blade is already sheathed.
Ethereal had almost completely taken over his body. He was being corrupted, covered in evil crystals.
Are you even trying?
I'll take point.
Another high-pressure ether tank. And a lot of ethereals have already been drawn to it.
Leave it to me, Proxy.
Oh.
My eyes will take care of them.
Alright. Okay, I know I missed.
We did it, Proxy. Let's keep moving. I want to catch that murderer as soon as possible.
The second box emanates an ominous aura. That unsettling stench seems to warn you that its contents, just like the previous box, will give you an absolutely wretched experience. Caroline's breathing grows heavy. She stands still for several seconds, seemingly trying to control her emotional turmoil. Caroline, don't push yourself. Finally, she opens the box. A pair of blood-stained, tattered military gloves lie twisted in the center of the box. It's clear that whoever placed them there hadn't just tossed them carelessly. They had it deliberately arranged, with malicious intent. Caroline picks up the gloves, once again feeling their contours and icy touch. Her lips turn pale. Just as I thought. These are from one of my squad mates too. Caroline. Let's keep moving, Proxy. I'm fine. Caroline picks up her weapon again, but there's an unmistakable tremor of unease in her voice.
Acheron's favorite gloves. It
Acheron?
wasn't easy getting my hands on them. As expected of such a seamless, beautiful commander, even her gloves are stylish. Such a pity. And then, both her hands were missing.
Oh God.
Don't you think that's a shame, little sniper?
Don't get hit. Victory! The only option!
Such beautiful hands, yet they could no longer hold the sword. Ethereals gnawed off her arms and cut her leg as well.
Oh gosh. That's jeez.
It's over.
Man, after the Astro Yao trailer, they really want to remind you that ethereals are evil.
She stood tall, even in death.
Fire support. Quick shot.
It's just as I said. She died from multiple fatal wounds. Even the most beautiful flower will wither without protection, won't it? Now, do you think I'm telling the truth or a lie this time?
How long do you intend to keep up this game of cat and mouse? I'll be coming to your hideout soon. Wipe that smile off your face and wait. Wait and see what I'm going to do.
Ooh, good reaction. Hurry up then. I've got one final surprise location for you. I'm sure you figured out the route to get to me. That's right. The surprise is at the end of the road.
I'm starting to feel that the dialogue that is so slow, I'm starting to think that they're expecting the players to be like a lot weaker and fight a lot longer. Or, I mean, because you're gonna miss the dialogue if you're really strong and just run through the level. Even if they put multiple fights in the way, I could get them over with within seconds. Anyway, I like how this quest is pretty damn dark. And it's also reminding you that ethereals are monsters, you know? Like, that's kind of what the Astro Yao trailer was like doing. It's like, hey, ethereals are monsters.
Wind
Don't
speed
forget
and direction
that.
confirmed. Let's keep
Where
moving.
the hell am I looking? You grab Charon's hand, trying to stop her from opening the box, but she lifts the box's lid almost mechanically. The third box contains a blood-stained corner of clothing and a severely damaged piece of engineering equipment, also stained with blood. Charon picks them up, her trembling fingers feeling their shapes. She doesn't speak, neither about the plans for pursuing Grim Vulture, nor about which of her companions these items belong to. Until the communicator in our hands rings again with Grim Vulture's voice.
Congratulations! You found the third box. Inside is... Who was it again? Oh, right. A piece of bloody fabric from Cocytus's clothes and some damaged engineering gear stained with Leafy's blood. There weren't enough boxes, so I had to cram them together. They're just a medic and an engineer, not exactly combat material, right? Surely you're not mad, are you?
Charon's face turns deathly pale. She silently picks up the bloodied items from the box, her spirit visibly shaken by the weight of these ominous relics.
Enough already! Using her squad mates, her family to mentally torture her? That's vile. How much longer are you planning on doing this?
Oh dear, did I go too far? My sincerest apologies. It's just, watching you plunge headfirst into my trap was so entertaining. I may have gotten a bit carried away, you know? Relax, the person you're looking for isn't here, and those are just fakes. I didn't actually take them from her comrades. Her comrades are long since corpses in the hollow, after all. How could I possibly have gotten hold of their clothes?
A surge of rage threatens to drown all thought. Just as you are about to retort, a crisp gunshot rings out. Charon's shot is clean and decisive, carrying an unmistakable intent to kill. But from the response on the other end of the communicator, it seems she missed.
A decisive strike to be sure. But as I've already said, your awareness, sight, and experience mean nothing in front of a more skilled sniper.
I didn't expect to kill you so easily. There was a subtle change in your ether fluctuations the moment I fired. That was all I needed. You knowing my past makes me feel sick. But after seeing that you're just a coward who feels fear from another's killing intent, it doesn't bother me as much anymore.
Coward, you say? How fascinating. You were little more than a hollow shell before. But now that you've bared your teeth, you've started looking somewhat respectable. I know your composure is nothing more than a facade. You've never truly faced the weight of your comrades' deaths, have you? I bet your mind is now filled with their dying screams.
Karen and I both believe her squad is still alive. You can drop the act. Why are you so fixated on Karen? Just because she used to be in the defense force? She has nothing to do with your target.
Nothing to do with it? Then why don't you go ask her about it? What surprises me more is you actually believe her teammates are still alive. Don't tell me she dragged you into all this danger without telling you anything.
Shut up.
If she won't tell you, I will. Those so-called alive squad mates of hers went missing during the fall of the old capital. I'm sure you know exactly what that means. When the old capital fell, countless Defense Force soldiers were either killed by Ethereals or became them. The surviving soldiers, struggling to defend themselves, never had the opportunity to carry their comrades' bodies out of Hollow Zero. Obviously, her squad mates, the members of Liar Squad, were among the dead. But since their bodies were never found, she insists they're still alive. Even going as far as to deceive her own proxy. It's laughable.
I didn't lie to the proxy. They're alive. I have proof. Someone like you could never understand.
I could never understand? Huh. You think it's hard to understand your childish thought process? If you really have solid proof, why not tell me? Come on, let's hear it!
My eyes. I lost nearly 90% of my vision during the fall of the old capital. But in return, I gained the ability to see what others can't. Every second of every day for years, I've seen my squad mates. Not as fleeting shadows, but vivid and lifelike. They've never disappeared. They're alive, waiting for me to find them. Why else would I have been given these eyes?
That's your proof? Did you hear that? Proxy hiding in the bamboo. She spent years chasing after people who couldn't possibly exist, all because of some ghostly visions. You'd rather believe those visions of your teammates are real-time projections than accept that they're dead. What if I told you the way I described their deaths before was the absolute truth? Will you finally face reality? Or will you keep fooling yourself, believing in ghosts? I guess you'll keep deceiving yourself. Because that's how you survive.
Okay, after losing 30 to 40 minutes.
I'm not lying to myself. I really
want to find your squad mates who have been missing for years and were officially declared dead? You couldn't protect them when the old capital fell, and now you're just making up stories to fool yourself. To give yourself some so-called reason to go on, to latch on to any stupid excuse. You're just a selfish, naive coward who did nothing and couldn't do anything when your comrades were dying!
Caroline stands there. Grim vulture's relentless verbal assault has clearly struck home. The little color that had briefly returned to her face drains away, leaving her visibly shaken, unable to muster a single word in rebuttal.
Giving up already? At least you've got a shred of dignity left. Nothing disgusts me more than a useless hypocrite. Enough of this. Time to die, coward.
Karen is not a coward. Someone who'd enter perilous hollows just to find what they seek. Someone who'd play music to console a dying soul, despite the pain in their eyes, is anything but a coward. At the very least, she's far braver than a criminal like you, who hides in the shadows, enjoys torturing others, and is constantly in fear of being caught.
Proxy,
Your proxy sure has a way with words. I won't waste any more of my breath. Just die already.
I've completed analysis of the surrounding fissures. Charon, snap out of it. We can use that fissure to escape.
Fissures? When did you... Still trying to play tricks.
With no hope of a counterattack, you practically drag Charon, turning to run towards the fissure that has escaped Grim Vulture's notice. Just as the bullet is about to strike, you manage to escape through the fissure. You escape from the hollow and return to the video store, bringing along Charon, who's lost all will to fight. She seems more traumatized than you imagined, repeatedly touching her eyes, silent and distant.
Charon, do you want some hot cocoa? I'm sure you're exhausted after such a tough fight. You should get some rest.
Thanks, but I'm fine.
Don't listen to Grim Vulture. They'd say anything to get under your skin. Once we start doubting the truth, we've fallen into their trap.
No, Proxy. I think Grim Vulture has a point.
Oh shit.
Maybe it's all just in my head. The things Grim Vulture left. When I touched them, I was reminded of the day the old capital fell. I felt the same sensation when I touched an injured comrade. I tried to shake off that feeling, but the truth is, I can't stop thinking about the possibility that all my squad mates are dead.
Would you be willing to share more? What really happened to you and Liar Squad on the day the old capital fell?
That day, in the first hour Hollow Zero started expanding. Defense Force HQ thought it was just a normal Hollow disaster, and thought they could suppress it with the standard amount of troops. Liar Squad was among the first troops sent there. Before we left, our superiors promised reinforcements would be on the way to support us in combat, so we didn't need to worry too much about facing the Ethereals. But soon after we began the mission, we realized things weren't going to go like we thought. The Ethereals came at us like an endless tide. The Hollow expanded beyond control, and more importantly, the reinforcements never came. The Defense Force troops outside the Hollow soon realized this was no ordinary disaster. Hollow Zero was devouring Eridu at horrifying speed. The reinforcement plan was called off, and the promised troops retreated. Honestly, even if they had come to help, it wouldn't have changed anything. I watched as members of the advanced force around me died one after another, or were corrupted into Ethereals. Our squad slowly lost the strength to maintain formation. I was a weak point in our formation. An ether shot fired by an Ethereal hit my eyes, corrupting them. Because of that and several other wounds, I shortly lost consciousness. I'm not sure how long I was out, but just before losing my vision, I briefly regained consciousness. The last thing my eyes saw was my squad mate standing in front of me, looking back.
Yeah, no, look at her teammates, even through the blurry vision. I think all of them are corrupted. Yeah, I think they're all corrupt. Yeah, they are all corrupted by ether. All of them. They all have a piece of ether. The one on the left, you can see the best with how much ether is on her. The one on the right, I believe, has a big chunk coming out of her shoulder, and then her leg. The dude on his knees looks like he's got one in his back. And the person with their arm up on the left, looking like he's signaling to keep moving, he's got one coming out of his shoulder. And the dude standing at the far front, he's got one coming out of his back. So they were all severely injured with ether. They're gone.
When I woke up again, I was already back at base. The higher-ups detonated the Shiryu pillars, and finally managed to bring Hollow Zero under control. I don't know who rescued me from the Hollow, but none of my squad mates had made it out.
I mean, you gotta think about it. I mean, the thing is that Charon made it out by getting hit in the eyes. She still made it out, but she got medical attention pretty quick from what we get here. But since we haven't seen them, there's no chance any of them are alive. The ether stuff would have already taken them over.
For some reason, the image of my squad mates being the last thing I saw has stayed in my mind. It must be some kind of sign. A sign that they're still alive. Don't you think? They must have continued fighting after I fell unconscious, eventually getting lost in some hollow and losing contact with the main force, left to wander between the various hollows of New Eridu. That must have been what happened, right?
Or this could just be a cruel twist of just a cruel game that your mind is like, hey, let me keep reminding you the last thing your very own eyes saw, and that is literally your friends with zero hope of survival.
The Defense Force? Civilians? No one believes me. So I decided to find them myself. The reason behind these eyes. It's got to be to guide me to finding them still alive. Am I wrong, Proxy? Are these eyes pointless? I knew that's what you thought. Interpreting what my eyes see as proof my squad mates are still alive is just wishful thinking. But if they're really gone, why would I have been given these eyes, which bring nothing but pain? If they're truly no longer alive, how can I apologize to them in person? Tell them I'm sorry. Sorry for being so weak. Sorry that I failed to protect them. Their faces are all so blurry. I can't see their expressions. I can't even bear to look at them. If their final look at me was filled with resentment and disappointment, I wouldn't know how to handle it.
Charon, listen to me. Even if everyone else thinks you're wrong, Wise and I will never dismiss your determination to find your squad mates. You don't need to make any justifications, because someone close to us is missing too, and we desperately hope she's still alive. Even if the whole world doesn't understand, we will never give up. But I also think being consumed by this obsession, unable to move forward, that's not what those who matter to us would want.
Belle is right. Listen, Charon, you're such a kind person. Maybe that's why you feel responsible for protecting everyone and blame yourself when you can't do enough. But you don't have to carry it all on your own.
Yeah. Right now, the best thing you can do is trust us. We can be sure that Vulture hasn't killed the client yet. As long as we have that lead, there's still hope. We'll support you. No one can dismiss your determination or will. No matter how things turn out, we'll stand by your side and we'll face it together.
Proxy, thank you. I feel better now. At the very least, I want to keep investigating. I'm not just going to stop here.
With the tension easing, it's time to shut up. With the tension easing, it's time to discuss the plan going forward. Oh wow, wait a minute. Just then the phone rings. Oh, it's for me, I guess. Anyway, I wanted to say that, that's actually something funny that Belle and Wise actually were so comfortable with telling Charon about that they are looking for someone too. Because they haven't told anybody else at all who they're looking for. Well, not exactly who it is, but that they're looking for somebody. So, there's something very funny and special about that. Anyway, I think we're going to leave it there.